Hi, Miss Sims class. Welcome to Social Studies. Today we're going to talk about the steps that led to creating the United States. So, the title of our lesson is Colonists Get Mad at Britain. Now, remember the colonists came from Britain, which is in Europe. They took ships and went to North America. But when they were in North America, they were still British citizens. They were part of Britain, and Britain controlled them, right? So let's see what happened, how they got mad, and how they started to think about becoming independent, saying, no, Britain, we're going to be our own country. But let's see what happened. How it started. For many years, Britain let the colonists rule themselves. Do what you want, it's okay, just do whatever you want in the colonies. The British, they didn't care for a while. Later, Britain needed money, so the British Parliament started taxing things that colonists use. So, British Parliament is a new word, and taxes we haven't visited in a while. Let's see what British Parliament means. What is the British Parliament? The highest lawmaking group in Britain. So they make laws. Here in the United States, we call it Congress, but it's basically a group of men that were in charge. They are in charge. They make laws. So they make the laws and they are in charge of Britain. These are men from Britain. They didn't have any colonists sitting with them and making laws, just the people in Britain. Okay, and what is a tax? A tax is money that people have to pay to the government. For example, if you buy a new t-shirt here in Michigan, you have to pay a 6% sales tax on it. We talked about taxes before, but I just wanted to explain that it's extra money that you have to pay. It could be a sales tax, it could be all kinds of different taxes. Okay, the Stamp Act. In 1765, the British Parliament passed the Stamp Act. The Stamp Act meant that all printed papers had to have an official stamp. The colonists had to pay for these stamps. This is an example of a stamp. It was a tax on all paper products, like newspapers. So basically, they had to pay extra money for any paper they used, right? And remember, this law was made by the British Parliament. This is the Parliament, and the Parliament didn't have any colonists in it. It just had people from Britain. The colonists did not like the new tax. The colonists had no vote in Parliament. Remember, they did not have anyone sitting in Parliament, only British people who lived in Britain. So they thought the tax was unfair because these British people made the tax. The colonists couldn't vote on the tax. No taxation without representation, the colonists said. That means we are not represented on Parliament, so why are you taxing us? We don't even have a choice. You just made us pay more money. Not fair. The colonists began to protest. Protest means I'm going to go out and say, no, I don't want to do that. The British government taxed more products such as sugar and tea. So they were not happy with the first tax, but then they started taxing more things. So the colonists are paying more and more money, and they have no say in Parliament. They don't have anybody that sits in Parliament. The colonists began protesting. We're not happy. We're going to go out in the street and we're going to talk about it. So when they started protesting, Britain sent soldiers to control the colonies. So for a while there, they said, oh, do whatever you want. But now they're like, we are going to be in charge of the colonies. So they sent soldiers from Britain to control these protesters. So things are getting heated up, right? That's the lesson. Let's look at our assignment, but don't forget to look at the translation documents if you do not understand, because it's a lot of new words and I'm not with you to explain to you. Okay, let's look at our assignment. Okay, so here's our assignment. Social studies assignment. Colonists get mad at Britain. Decide if the following statements are true or false. Number one, the British government did not tax the colonists. Number two, a tax is money you have to pay to the government. True or false, right? Number three, the Stamp Act was a tax on all paper products like newspapers. Match the following effects with their causes. So effect is what happened, cause is why it happened. Number four, the British Parliament passed the Stamp Act. Number five, the colonists said no taxation without representation. Number six, Britain sent soldiers to control the colonies. A, because the colonists did not have a vote in the British Parliament. B, because Britain needed money. C, because the colonists began protesting against the taxes. So remember, we're going to put A, B, or C here, A, B, or C here, A, B, or C here. You have to decide which one is A, which one is B, which one is C, right? Okay, that's it for now. Text me or email me if you have any questions. Good luck on your assignment. See you next time.